Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Carol Matebula saying to you, hi, 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 hi. Now, today, as you know, you guys are starting from March, from the 9th, the 29th and 30, the 27th and the 28th, and of course, the 3rd of June, we're going to be doing workshops around different parts of the world, starting from London on the 9th to the 10th, moving to Holland, Rotterdam, from the 29th to the 30th, and then moving to Belgium on the 27th to the 28th, and of course, moving to Trinidad in Jamaica on the 3rd of June to the 7th of July, where we're going to also be hosting Vibrantly African Health and Wellbeing event that takes place every year for 2 years now under the umbrella of Vunkuwa International Academy. So now, as you know, you guys, that every day I do my best to try to explain to you really what is this African massage. What does it entail, and what is it? What does it consist of? Now, having to say, as you know, recently I've been running this lovely promotion, which it ends tomorrow, and I wish you guys can run to it, especially for those who are in London and Holland. Of course, the Holland one ends. No. Sorry, the London one ends tomorrow, as of course next week the workshop begins. So if you really want to know about Vunkuwa, this African massage, and dear guys, it's not just a story created for marketing for marketing reasons. Vunkuwa African massage exists as it is the system that keeps me well, that keeps my weight well, that keeps everything well. I'm going to explain to you really how this African massage work in details today. Hopefully that I can really keep it exactly so that it can so that you can really know what this Vunkuwa is. I hope I have time, as of course as you keep talking, time runs fast. So we have the 2 days workshop that are taking place in this in London, Holland, and Belgium. And these two workshops are really an introduction to Vunkuwa. They are introduction to the philosophy of Vunkuwa. They are introduction to all what happens in Vunkuwa. So it seems what it is actually. We have taken all the sequencing that completes Vunkuwa basic course, which is the level 1. And this level 1, it consists of 4 modules. Level 1 consists of 4 modules. And in these 4 modules, you learn about breathing analysis. You learn about the clientele secret atmosphere language, which is body whisper or body vibration. And then you learn about the color shades that appear when the body is out of balance. And these color shades are very, very phenomenal. These color shades are the things that I have discovered in the body myself. A body is amazing. For us to be healthy, for us to find out where the headaches are lying around our scalp, around our foreheads, around our eyes, because some headaches vary. Some of them, they are in the front of your eyes. Some of them are right on top of your forehead. Some of us are at the back of your ears. Some of them are lying exactly beneath your head, around your medulla oblongata. Some of them are on top of your head. Some of them are on your left. So in Vunkuwa, you learn where these headaches map themselves. So this technique is really something to really look at, you guys, because of it works with the body. It finds the secret language of tension in our body. So we don't just do a technique, we get to study the body to its essence. So as I said, you study these color shades, as I have just explained. What do they do, these color shades? And these color shades are not to be studied within one goal, especially the color shades. and the temperatures, and of course this the study of the bone structural awareness, because bones as well, they need therapy. Bones, they need their own massage for them to be able to release the tension, as I truly believe that the most of our stress lies in our skeleton. Our skeleton, that's the one that actually designs our persons. The skeleton designs our moods. The skeleton designs you. The way you behave begins with your skeleton. Angry you are, let's connect with the skeleton and find out what's going on and how long has it been holding that. If you're depressed, let's find out, because when the skeleton is relaxed, so the tissue can be able to do its daily journeys of guiding you softly, guiding you clearly without any confusion. So bone structural awareness is also a part of this workshop. So those are the main important things. And of course, the technique. Everything that you do, these are the base, and the technique comes after these things. So having to understand Vunkuwa, it's very important, you guys. As I say, it is something incredible. There's been different kinds of physiotherapists around the world who have came and studied Vunkuwa, and they are using it in their practice. And this is where the fascination comes, because of these people came because of they found that Vunkuwa was something really unique and really incredible. And of course, as you know, that physiotherapists, they study for 4 years to 5 years, studying the physiology to the core. That's their infancy. Physiology and anatomy, it's something that they master. So these people came from Germany, from Austria, from wherever parts of the world, from the Middle East, to come and study Vunkuwa. So Vunkuwa, it's not just really a normal massage out there, you guys. When I say to you, get yourself over to understand this African history, hidden treasure, I mean, it is something amazing. Sometimes I think that in life, most of us, we are driven to become good at what we do. We are driven to do our best, especially with therapists. Our core foundation is to really make sure that people are relaxed, people are calm, people are navigating this planet without any hiccups on their body. So we do really, really important work, really, really very important. And we study. I say to people, the best thing that you can do as a therapist is to have something in your menu that gives what the client needs. I'm not saying that I'm all that. I'm not saying Vunkuwa it's all that, but it's something new. As you know, that it's always lovely to add on something interesting into your continuing skills, just to acquire something new. So if you want to acquire something that it's new, that it's unique, that it's really, really, really original. I would say in the history making, actually, because what Vunkuwa has done over the years, it's really, really incredible, and it's fascinating, and it's something for those who wants to be on the therapeutic side of body treatments. I suggest that you really, really find out about this Vunkuwa, what it is. As I say, today it's the last day to win a 2 days free to find out what Vunkuwa is. You in London, I'm going to be sharing this video. I'm going to be sharing again the essence of this competition that it's running, and it's very simple, really. Now, as I said, we study the first thing as you come into Vunkuwa Model 1, Level 1. If you come into Vunkuwa and you're going to study the Level 1, which is the basic of Vunkuwa, that's where Vunkuwa begins. It is always advisable for you to study with the 2 days workshops, because the 2 days workshops, they are designed for you to feel this massage in your body as you come, 12 of you, you lying down, and as you lying down, each and every one of you are working on each other. So you've got a morning team, the morning team are lying down, and then the other ones are working on them. And then later in the afternoon, the morning team becomes the ones who are working, and the ones who are lying down, they're working. So in 2 days, it's a 2 days of full body treatment on your body. You are receiving it, you are learning it, and at the end of the day, when you leave that place, you have understood the philosophy, you have understood the intensiveness of it, so you can base your decision on going to the further 5 days clearer. It's not a blush. It's not a blush for you to go for these 2 days, but it's advised. It's advised to do so, because when you take the 2 days, you really now get to understand much easier when you go to the 5 days and the 10 days workshop, which is the 60-hour full base Vunkuwa massage course. So as I said, we begin with the breathing analysis. As you know, our breath is what makes us. We can live with everything in this world and we can survive for days and days and days and days and days. I heard that you can live 49 days without dying, without food. So you can live without food for 45 or 49 days. That's what I hear. But guess what? You can't live without breath. For a few minutes without breath, you're out of this world. So breath, we are breath. Without breath, there is no Carol. Without me taking a moment just to breathe, then I'm nowhere to be found. So that's why our base, it begins with the breath. I've explained this before, and now I'm going to explain it into details as we are about to embark on the first courses of 2019, Vunkuwa courses for 2019. So it's the launching of the courses for 2019 in London on the 9th and the 10th. And of course, the biggest launching actually since I've entered London. I haven't done so much courses in London because I have been studying, the market. I've been doing different kinds of things, emphasizing on vibrantly African. And now I thought, now this is the time for me to introduce the Vunkuwa massage, which I've done it before, of course, but now it's more. We are more settled, knowing that we are definitely beginning an academy in London, where lots of people from all different parts of the world will be coming to study in London. So Vunkuwa resides in London. That's the decision we have made. So be a part of this. Be a part of this dream, history making of the African health and well-being discovery. Lots of people, they don't think that there's lots of people, they don't think that there's a African health and well-being. Lots of people, they don't think that there's an African mindfulness. I was brought up under the umbrella of health and well-being in Africa. From the age, as long as I can remember, I've seen people doing different kinds of things, starting from the steaming of our body, babies being born at home, women being treated at home after giving birth, massages being done, the steaming done so that they can keep their belly in a certain way. So as I said, going back to the story of Vunkuwa, as I said, you have the body whisperation there, and body atmosphere and body vibration. This is where you begin because of the body whisper. A body whispers. And we as therapists, when we work with the body, we are actually connecting with the whisperation of the body. So these whispers, they've got different sounds. They've got different vibrations. They have different atmospheres. So you gotta understand that. Remember the last time I spoke about you being able to understand the atmosphere of your client as they come in. So now we're going into the body. The moment you touch the body, the first thing that you introduce yourself into after you have done the breathing analysis, which also this breathing analysis has its own life form, it has its own patterns, it has its own structure, because out of these breathing patterns, you can tell exactly where the people are, if people are breathing, if people are even aware that the breath is essential. And for those who understand that their breath is very essential, you'll see it in their body. They look healthy, they've got very radiant skin, they've got everything around them, their feet are nourished, everything around them is nourished. But it's very few people out of 80, out of 10, I would find that maybe one or two, they are well looking after, they're well nourished, and the rest are struggling. As of course, you know that, I'm so sorry, you guys, there's something in my eye that itches me. Now, as you know that most of us, so-called the masses, we are trained to reside behind stress, fear, anxieties, living for survival, not living to really celebrate life. And the fact that we live with fears, we live with lack, we live with past stories, we live with never entering to the space of our core foundation of who we are. We struggle with these things. And this is what I call the whisperations that runs through our body. And these whisperations, then they present themselves with atmosphere. And this atmosphere would come with sense of temperatures that are unbalanced. The body breathes. As you know, we are just the vessels of this air. We breathe. We are the breathing sources. Ever our pulses take out what happens around us, and so that's why they call it an aura. There can never be an aura around you if you don't breathe. And because of you are a being of this air, and you are a being of colors. We are surrounded with lots of colors around us. If you take a moment and you close your eyes, you'll really find out that you are indeed made of colors. You're visionary when you close your eyes and connect it with yourself. You'll be amazed on how much beautiful colors are surrounding your inner subconsciousness, your inner being, the secret world of your inside self. It is designed with colors. So while you're working with a person, the most important thing, as I said, connect with your whisperation as you touch them. Because by connecting with their whisperation, by connecting with their hidden language, by connecting with their atmosphere, so they feel safe. So they know that the person who's about to do this therapy, it's of high vibration. It's of high understanding, because they understand themselves. Once you get to understand these three basic things as a therapist, you yourself, you move from one dimension into another of inner self-understanding, inner spiritual self-understanding. So this is the most important thing in Vunkuwa. That's what we begin with. And while you're doing all these three basic steps, so do we look at you, how you breathe? Do we look at you, how your skin resonates? We look at everything. And these things are also a part of education, because if I say, you do not only come to study how to go give therapy to others so that they are relaxed. Are you relaxed? What are the whisperation that runs within yourself? What are the substance that we surround ourselves so that we can be able to give therapy? But when we are normal on our own natural being, we can't be able to provide a very, very successful body treatment. So these are the things, and I'm not saying that everybody does that. I'm just giving you an examples, because of there are amazing therapists out there who are doing wonderful work. Every one of us, we are entering this world because of we want to do something good in the world. We are the beautiful people, therapists, everyone who have chosen to do this work. That's the best they can. So what I'm trying to say here is, it is always lovely to get more information, to upgrade. I upgrade myself at all times. So if you want to upgrade, look at Vunkuwa. So those are the 3 steps. Remember, to begin with, breathing analysis, and then you go to body vibration, body whisperation, and the hidden language of the body. So this is one thing. And then after you have studied these 4, then we move into something that is also very, very interesting. The temperatures. Now, these temperatures vary as well. You find people with colds, and these colds, they move from one vibration to another. You get them from the low scale to the highest degree of cold. And all of them, once again, they have their own vibration. They have their own whisperation, and they have their own hidden language secret. While also, the moment you get to the people who are very, very cold, really, really cold to the highest degree, the breathing patterns are completely out. And those are the people that when they're lying down and you are looking for them to breathe, the breath, it's nowhere to be found. You wait there for a few seconds, they're nowhere to be found. And as you focus on trying to balance the temperatures, suddenly you'll start feeling the heat coming from far away, entering your fingers. And then this heat start now emerging. As the heat emerges, suddenly you see someone going, and somewhere after they have done that, lots of things happens through that, because of you have now made this person to feel the inner warmth, because warmth, it's surrounded with inner love. Warmth, it's surrounded with inner joy. Warmth, when we are joyful and we are happy and we do not have any problems around us, so are we surrounded with warmth. Now, when we are sad and kind of lost, we are surrounded with lots of cold around us. So cold represents lots of things. Cold, it might represent people who are overworking. They're really, really overworking and they don't connect. It's just work. And then as they are working, they are then slowly and gently moving away from inner connection with themselves. So you, at that present moment, as you're working on them, you are bringing them to connect with their divine selves. You are making them to connect with their inner self, with their inner softness and inner nourishment and inner care. And then suddenly the temperature, you'll start seeing them. So it's very important to get to understand these temperatures. And then after you have studied these temperatures, and then after you have studied them, as I say, there are lots of different temperatures. So when you come in and you're about to do Vunkuwa 5 days course, we suggest, and it's obliged for you to have 15 people per week. 15 people, 3 people per day, which 5 days, it tends to be 15 people. Why so? So that you can learn from different bodies, because different bodies comes with different whisperation. Different bodies come with different temperatures. Different bodies come with different colors. Different bodies comes with different atmosphere, whisperation, and inner hidden body languages. So by studying this, and when you study these things, it is for you to give an optimal health results. That when a person leaves your therapy room, feels like, you know what, I went there, they touched me, they gave me therapy, I felt something. And from there, then you are the master of your therapy. Your hands are trained, and it's all about training your fingers to be sensible. Your hands has to be as sensitive as they can. Your hands has to be as soft, as gentle as they can, while the pressure is applied. So when you're working on a person, the person might think that you are pressing them, but pressure is as little as it can. The only thing that you're emphasizing on, it's the 80% circulation and 20% pressure. And while you really understanding and mapping the meridians that are blocked, it's also about understanding the meridians. I would say meridians because it's easier. Meridians, some of you might say to me that, Carol, but the meridians, it's not, it's an Asian methodology. And I said, yes, but it is much easier when I say that, because the world, that's what it knows. In Vunkuwa, we've got our own way on working with these energy forces that are called meridians, which are your white cells that you don't see in the body. So we work and enhance these meridians by understanding from the temperature point of view to the color shades point of view. That's when these energy forces are lovely stimulated in African massage, so that the body can flow as easy as possible. So after you have understood these temperatures, now the other thing about these temperatures, the cold ones are very important. Sometimes it might take you a long time. A person has to come maybe 3 or 4 times sometimes to really get back these temperatures to where they belong. And then while we're also studying these temperatures, the elasticity of the body, it is also so important, because the elasticity tells us a lot. Your elasticity, it's a life of its own. The skin has life of its own. So your elasticity, if you tend to touch yourself and realize that, you know what, I can pull my skin just like that. My skin, it's not connected with my tissue. There's a problem there that needs to be sorted out. And people with elasticity that it's way far away from their tissue, those people are surrounded a lot with the heat, meaning that there is something wrong within their body. It could be illnesses beginning. It could be high blood pressure. I always say the moment I've got someone with temperatures, I have to be very careful. And also, I'm so sorry, depending on how much these temperatures are, as they are, of course, similar to the cold temperature. They begin from the very low temperature of heat to the highest temperatures of heat. So you need to find a way how to bring them back. And I remember something, actually, I've been doing this African massage for 25 years now. But of course, I started doing it from the age of 9 in my family when women were pregnant and we had to reduce water retention on them. If somebody had headache, if somebody had frozen shoulders, they taught us from the early age how to pull the hand and relax it so that the frozen shoulder disappears. So this is actually my it's like something that I came in this world to do. I remember when I was in France I think that was about 2005, 2006. Because I had a very lovely kind of reputation in France. Lots of people knew me, and then so they sent this guy, and I had this queues of people waiting to be on my table, and suddenly this guy comes, and I'm seeing him, and then I speak to my partner then, and I said to him, "Hey, this person is waiting," and then you can see he's anxious. He's kind of shaking in a way, and he says, "I want to lie down." Now I stop everyone who was because of he came after them, but because of the way he looked, I thought to myself, let me work with him, because he looks like he's in need, and of course everybody understood. As he lied down on my bed, this is what I'm saying, that Vunkuwa is very special, and special as it is, you gotta study it. So it's a massage with a touch of difference. If you're needing a massage with a touch of difference, then Vunkuwa it is. As this person was lying down, I went on his feet. Of course, I started with his breath. His breath was nowhere to be found. And as I was focusing on his breath, the temperatures that came in my hand, these temperatures were not really, really good at all. And you need to study. You need to continue. If you want to do Vunkuwa to the best of your ability, please do not think that you can do Vunkuwa for level 1 and level 2 and think that you're the master of Vunkuwa. Not at all. If you want to do it too, it's fully strength. Continue until to the master classes, until to the teaching classes, and that teaching classes as well vary until you are really, really amazing at what you do. It's something that you need to invest in. Now, as I was working on this guy, suddenly this heat increased where I couldn't bear it. And I thought, oof, this is way too. Within 10 minutes, I knew already that there was something with his heart. As I was listening to the vibration of the body, as I was listening to the silent language and the whisperation and the vibration, of course, I said to my partner, who then I was working with, I don't think I can work with a man. And he asked me why. I say, I don't know. I think he has a problem with his heart, and I can't work on him. I can't. He has to go and check with the doctors what that is. And the man couldn't speak English, of course. And he explained to my partner, and he said, and my partner said to him, so sorry, sir. She said she can't be working with you because of your heart problem. And the man looked at me with surprise. I remember him looking at me and thinking that, wow, are you a magical woman or what? He said to me, I was in a hospital. I was in a coma for almost eight months for a heart problem. I just actually came out of the hospital, I think about 4 weeks ago. And I looked at him and I said, but how can you do that? How can you go now searching for massage after you have went under through that? Now the magic thing that I'm telling you, that you see how important it is to understand the body. Now, Vunkuwa, it's not just a fly-by night African method. And it's something that has been used in African cultures, in African homes, all over the world, all over Africa, for centuries and centuries and centuries. And that method, it's right here. You can touch it. You can feel it. Yes, it's done by me, the descendant of Africa, but is as original as it can be. As of course it was taught to me by my great grandma, who died at the age of 114. So I got it from somebody really, really old. So it's one of the oldest technique that still resides even today. So give yourself a moment. Register for the courses. In Trinidad, of course, I'm coming to Trinidad soon. Please hear me out. You want to do something unique? You want to enhance your magic touch of your secrecy of your hands? Because I say hands, they do all. Hands, they love. Hands, they care. Hands, they can kill. Hands, they've got their language. I say we own more than 20 or 50 touches in us. How much touches of you do you know? Now, if you want to come and study touch, come to Vunkuwa. Won't regret it at all. So as I have said, there are courses coming soon in London on the 9th and the 10th of March, which is about 1 week from now. Do register and find out about this amazing massage. Once you do it, it will be an adventurous every day, because once you study Vunkuwa, you realize that you actually every day you are given a new technique, because the body gives you a technique. The body of each individuals give you a technique. So ever your massage changes to the needs of your next client. So what do we solve in this Vunkuwa? Of course, as I have mentioned, we work with headaches, migraines, whatever migraines you might have. And another story that I have, which is very fascinating, which I love to the core. I had a guy from Germany who came over to my therapy to study Vunkuwa. And that man, I think he studied Vunkuwa for about 5 to 6 years, and he became amazing at it. And I think why did he invest so much time in studying Vunkuwa was the way that he was introduced to Vunkuwa. He came into Vunkuwa, of course, when I was in Belgium to do a model one, to do level one, I'm sorry, which is consisting of 4 models. And as he came in, I looked at his color shades, I looked at his water retention, I looked at everything. And I said to him, as we're about to start the course, looking at his breath as well. Remember, that's our diagnosis. We diagnose the breath first. We don't just look at it to look at it. We diagnose. So as I was diagnosing his breath, I realized that this person was not in good health at all. Then as I was doing my intake, he had mentioned that he struggled with migraines. He had mentioned that he struggled with dizziness. He had mentioned lots of things that he was struggling with. And I said to him, I really don't think you are ready to be doing the Vunkuwa course yet. I think what we need to do is to give you 3 days of Vunkuwa massage so that you can be well, so that you can be able to provide Vunkuwa healthy as you can be. And of course, the man said yes. And then I worked on him. What happened that day? He vomited crazy. This is just the depths of Vunkuwa. It's not the beginning. As it goes deeper, the body would reject, because of whatever that we eat, whatever toxins that we have, the body puts them to the shore. I say the body is like the ocean. That's why when I'm not feeling well, I give myself a moment to listen to the body and to communicate. So I really get out of the happenings. I get out from the human point of view of living into my inner human point of living to feel what's going on to the body. I speak to the body and I'm like, what's going on? Why do you feel the way you do? And then I give myself therapy. And this is what I did to this man. He vomited the first day. He was dizzy. He ate. I cook him soups and all that. Within 3 days, this guy, the color of his skin was well. The headaches disappeared. He left, of course. He came back. When he came back to continue with his course, the man has lost weight. I think he lost about 10 kilo. He looked really well. And I thought to myself, this is it. So as a therapist, you've got to make sure that you're well, because if you're not well, you can transform whatever that you're dealing with to the clients. So that's the philosophy. There's a whole philosophy in Vunkuwa for us as therapists to be able to provide the good therapy to the others. We need to be emotionally balanced. And then while we're emotionally balanced, so we can be able to balance other people's emotion. So this temperatures, once again, on this man, for me to be able to say you wouldn't, it's because of as well the temperatures that I felt in his body by touching him. And then so there's a more into Vunkuwa. Now this is what I'm talking about. It's when you are really, really doing the master level, because of Vunkuwa begins. As it begins and everything, please bear in mind that as you're doing level 1, every now and then, to all the levels that you're going to be doing in Vunkuwa, every level consists of body whisperation, body secret language, body atmospheral, and then of course body breath. What do you call that? The color shades that appear when the body is out of balance, and the bone structural awareness. And then the techniques evolve. So everything that we do, it's around those. It does not change. That's the basic systematic of Vunkuwa. That's the methodology that makes what Vunkuwa to be. So do register, come and try it out on your body. And of course, you therapists out there, these 2 days are designed for you. as a form of you taking 2 days off from work just to be looked after. And when you leave our place, you understand your body is well revived, healthy, calm, rejuvenated. So are you ready? And you're going home with few techniques that you can use immediately. Immediately within those 2 days, what you have learned into Vunkuwa, you can put it immediately into your menu. And then if you want to enhance it into becoming intensive, then that's when you go for 10 days, which is Vunkuwa level 1, the basic of Vunkuwa. And if you have done 60 days, 60 hours, then you are certified. You get Vunkuwa certification. When you do 2 days workshop, you get Vunkuwa certificate of attendancy. So please register, find out more, come and learn Vunkuwa. It's amazing. Now, as I was saying, that it gets rid of things like headaches. It's fantastic for psoriasis. It does not matter how intensive the psoriasis is. I've done wonders around the world with psoriasis. I remember not long ago in Holland, I worked on the sister, and she hasn't been wearing short dresses for years because she had this nasty wet psoriasis. And I worked on her. After 25 years, I went back and she said, well, you have changed my life. I could wear whatever I wanted to wear. Wow, what a magical life you have given me. So there is lots of things. I'm not saying that I'm a healer. I'm not saying that I'm a doctor or whatsoever. I'm saying what the hands can do is phenomenal. And let's not underestimate power of our hands by being afraid of the new knowledge that reside within this planet Earth, that each and every one of us, God has given us a talent for us to come and be a part of solution. Everybody in the health industry serves an answer. It could be for relaxation, it could be for calmness, it could be for clearness, it could be for people to concentrate. There are different kinds of things around health and well-being that are needed. The new is always needed. So Vunkuwa, it is the new into the market, it seems, yet very old to this planet Earth. So those who think that there's no African therapy, why don't you come and give it a try? And thank you so much. Once again, go to our website, which is www.vunkuwa.co.uk. And in there, you've got all the information that you need. Leave us an email, as there is a lady there who will ask you questions. Whatever questions that you have, send us an email, and then we'll respond back to you. And we hope to see you on the 9th of March. And if not, of course, there's going to be more dates coming your way. Let's embrace the African history, wisdom of health and well-being, because Africa has that touch. So I thank you so much, and I hope this message has been something for you that you'll treasure. And once again, I forgot to mention, as I have said before, one of the magicness of Vunkuwa, which I adore very much, was for me to be able to deal with my own fibroids, which I had about 9 of them, and most of them I've managed to minimize, where I was struggling with pain, and I've managed to really minimize them, where I used to suffer with my belly. I had a massive belly because of this fibroids. I was kind of gaining weight like crazy. My weight was so big that I couldn't do anything. I tried to wear my clothes, and I looked at my body and I thought to myself, wow, what is that? Why am I so big? And for years and years, finally my belly came back to its foundation after I have worked and get rid of this. And of course, one other thing that is fascinating for you out there, sisters, those who wants to reshape their belly to their core. Your belly, it's in your thinking. You have a big belly, you're gonna make it big. You want to have a lovely a belly, Vunkuwa is one of them. So if you want to do something about your belly, do contact me as well. I can shape your belly to whatever you need it to be. So this is the essence of Vunkuwa, saying hallelujah. We bow and ever embracing our African ancestors by giving us the wisdom and the knowledge that have left with us. And most of us, we don't embrace it. So let's do our best to embrace the essence of African touch of health and well-being. Let's embark into the magic of African health and well-being as it is residing, as it is original, as it is real and real and real and real and real and real. So we have lots of things. At this moment, I'm also doing something called shadow self meditation, and it's also residing from Africa to keep you balanced and well. Thank you so much. Once again, go into Vunkuwa, which is www.vunkuwa.co.uk, www.vunkuwa.co.uk. Thank you so much. Hopefully we hear from you. And try, you never know, you might win this 2 days workshop today, which is 250 giveaway to someone who's lucky who can participate with us next week. I thank you. Bye for now. This is Carol Matebula. Okay. Oh dear. Thank you very much. You have a wonderful day ahead of you.